Hi, my name's Thomas. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm the Artistic Director of Thomas Page Dances. I'll be teaching a class today for you, which will be looking at spinal articulation. So there'll be quite a few back bends and really getting the back and the spine involved with some whole body movement. I am a choreographer, a dancer, a teacher, and teacher is the role that I'll be fulfilling today. We're going to begin with a warm-up. So if you want to find a space, make sure you have some water nearby, and anything that you think might be a risk, just pop that to the side. And then we'll move into some exercises to get us ready for a phrase, which will have a little bit of floor work. So make sure you've got space around you, and I'll guide you through. Okay, so we're going to begin with a warm-up that's led by the breath, and we're just going to start finding a parallel position. So you can just check fist width apart, making sure that your knees are over your second toes, hips over knees, just softening in the ribs, nice and relaxed, feeling grounded. We're not pushing too far back into the knees, we're just softening down. And we're focusing on our breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, if you want to close your eyes, you can. I'll keep them open. And we're just breathing in and out. We're going to emphasize this with the shoulders, so as we breathe in, we lift up. As we breathe out, we soften down. Again, in and out. This time, as we breathe out, we just soften into the knees, down into the floor. Breathing in, lifting up. Out, softening down. If you want to, you can take a gentle circle of the shoulders, in and round, down and back. The next time we breathe out, we're just going to take the head with us. So we breathe out, taking the head down. As we breathe in, we feel the sides of the space lifting up. Breathing out, softening down. Diving the head. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, softening down. And each time we breathe out, we're just thinking about softening the ribs, softening the knees, softening the arms, down into the ground. We'll take 3 more of these. Nice and big. Two more. Last one. We're just going to lengthen away from the floor. We're going to take that breathing pattern into our head. So we're going to dive down. We breathe in, we snake the head back, thinking about lifting the chin to the ceiling. As we breathe out, we bring the chin to the chest. We collapse in our center. We dive down. You can let the arms be nice and relaxed. As we just snake through the spine. If you want to, you can really think about seeing the space all the way up across the ceiling, behind you, softening down. 3 more. For 2. Last one. At the bottom here, we're just going to shift into first position. If you'd like to, you can work with a slight gap to help you find that balance. But we're just doing the same pattern with the head, but this time we're softening through that deeper plie as we come up we start to really think about the counterbalance with our pelvis. Test that balance. Down. And again, the arms are just relaxed. We'll just take 3 more here. For 2. And the last one. Again, at the bottom, we're just going to shift into a slightly wider position, so you can take it to a more balletic second, or if you want to be a bit more parallel, that's fine, but we're just really finding that base, that grounding into the floor. And again, the head-tail connection. We're diving down here, boom. We're breathing in. This time we're taking it further back, swallowing down, pelvis to head, boom. Down, breathing in. We'll take 3 more. Again, seeing the space. Chin to chest. The last one. And from here, we're just going to start to play with that snaking pattern, but allowing it to really move around the space. If you want to, you can change the legs, you can stay in this base position, but we're just taking the head, rippling through the spine. Tap. You start to arc around the space, bring in the arms, just getting that rippling sensation through the body. Three more. Last one, nice and big. And just bringing the legs in, finding the length, softening down. Just take a little bounce into the ground, letting that settle. Hopefully you're feeling warm. I certainly am. We're going to move on to the next exercise, which is going to have some counts, and I'll play some music in a second. But we are taking a roll down position, so we're starting with that parallel again, finding the fist width, tracking up. Hopefully your spines are nice and gooey already. We're leading with the head, so we're having the head nice and heavy, chin to chest. Boom. We're coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll probably be longer than you want it to be, but we go with it. We soften down 1, 2, so we're having a gentle plie, knees over toes. Boom. We lengthen away. Ha. We soften down. Boom. We lengthen. Ha. We roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms move. 5. We reach the top. 6, 7, 8. We're crossing the arms in front of the body. As they cross, we're releasing that right leg back into a nice lunge, pelvis to low. Boom. We get there. 5. We lift up. 6. We step. 7. Ooh. 8. We find our balance. Arms drop and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We plie and lengthen and plie and lengthen. Plie, roll up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This time 7. We change to first. Arms drop. Boom. And that drops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This time we come to the lunge with turned out position. Boom, boom, boom. Hold it down to the floor. We come up. 6, 7, 8. And we repeat in first position. Okay, should we try that with some music? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're going to move into our second exercise, which is our last exercise just before the phrase. So we're going to start in a slightly wider position. Again, you can be parallel or turned out. We're going to be thinking about a drop and a swing, and we're going to start with our right arm cutting across the space. 1, 2, the elbow cuts down, we come across. 3, 4, we then go again. 5, 6, we're going to ripple with our right wrist through the body. Boom. We're going to turn out that right leg. Boom. 7, 8. Okay, so that a little bit again. We go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, down, 7, open, 8. I'm just decorating the hand there, but you can leave it if you want to. Boom. We're going to brush across with the left leg to parallel. So it starts turned out. We brush, we come into parallel. We're going to ripple through the foot, and it echoes in the chest to come down here. We're going to turn towards that back leg as we curve the right arm across, round, to drop down, to go second side, left arm, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, ripple 6, open 7, 8, turn out parallel, ripple through the chest, boom, turning to that straight leg, round, boom, 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 to go again. Okay? So the details in this, we're really thinking about a blade with our hands, boom, slicing through the space, slicing through the space. Here, boom, the wrist, nice and heavy, ripple, If you come off balance, that's okay, but we catch it with the turnout here. We're brushing from turnout into parallel, boom, nice and long, ripple through the chest, boom, down to this nice pelvis low lunge. Boom, that leg is straight. We come around. We twist to soften. Second side. Okay, so I'll just do the counts one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, open 8. 1, 2, down 3, 4, round 5, 6, prepare 7, 8 to go 1. Okay, and now we'll do it with music. If you missed anything, you can rewind. Okay, so we're going to move into our final phrase now. And I think I should say at the beginning that with the final phrase, I don't work with counts. So I'll be playing some music in the background, but if you have a particular song that you want to move to, then that's absolutely fine. So I'll be going through the movement details, the movement qualities, but it won't be a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. This one definitely make sure you have some space for. We're going to start slightly to the side, and we're going to be lifting up, but then we're going to move into the floor, and then we're going to really utilize those back bends. So we start to the side, and I'm just shifting my right knee, boom, and I'm softening down into the floor. I'm taking my right hand, whole palm into the floor, and from here, I'm bringing that left leg in, and I'm softening down, and then I'm tracing the right hand across, and I bring my pelvis slightly up, just to give me space to then tuck my left hand down into the floor. As I swing my right leg around, shoulder roll, my feet come slightly off as I pivot, boom, soften down, and then I release, boom, that right leg to the back of me, okay? So just that little bit again. We're here, we soften into, I'm decorating with the shoulders, completely up to you, but we soften down, boom, right hand into the floor, left leg comes around, boom, pelvis comes up to create space, I tuck the left hand behind, I swing that right leg, feet come off, I pivot with the pelvis, boom, down, so I'm softening here, my left knee to release my right leg, and my heel is really into the floor, because that's going to give me a little counterbalance point, so that I can send my right arm over, followed by my left, I push into the heel, boom, and then I push into the ball of my foot. I'm going to tuck through this little hole here, and I'm going to replace my right hand with my left foot. Boom, boom. And then I'm going to tuck it through. Boom. So that little bit again. Jump, 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 jump. We are down on the floor. Here, we soften through. We come around. Boom, we pivot. We release down. Boom. Arm arcs all the way over the top into the floor, lifting through. Here, I soften with that right knee to create space. Boom. I come through. Here, I'm thinking about my right wrist pushing through the gap. Yeah? So we're here, boom, pelvis shifts, boom, back and lift up with the head. So that little moment there, I can come a little bit closer for you. Boom, 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 boom. We're here, boom. The pelvis drops down, the head. I think about my chin from the warm-up, boom, all the way up, zoom, zoom, and I catch myself underneath. So that doesn't have to be, and boom. You can take a risk, and then catch yourself, okay? So we're here, boom. We soften through, boom, head, boom, catch, boom. Here we're going to turn our backs away, boom, as we come in. So we've got our parallel position, and we're facing now to the back of our space. We're going to drop down with the left leg, boom, taking the right arm, we're taking that blade from earlier, boom. Here, we're going to trace across the floor, and it's going to come all the way around. I'm shifting in my knees, transferring the weight around before I come all the way back here, my weight's in center, and then I bring that hand over the top, and down, okay? So we've gone here, we've caught ourselves, we're stepping to the back, finding that parallel, we drop down, we transfer the weight as we trace around into the floor, finding center. Once we've found center, and we're down, okay? So that moment here, there are no counts, remember, so we can really take our time, breathe, 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 find center. Wrist takes us over the top and down, and then we're just gonna all the way back up. So that we're just engaging in the pelvic floor, and that's lifting us up. Okay, beginning to there. So we are nice and chill, relaxed. We melt into the floor, right hand down, left knee, right knee. Find space in the pelvis. Tuck the left hand, shoulder roll, interrupt the shoulder roll for a little pivot. Boom, soften, release, heel into the floor. Right hand over, left hand over, up. Soften in the right knee, send that leg through. Right hand comes over, into the lunge, chin, head. Catch ourselves, step into the space, boom, parallel, drop down, boom, transfer the weight around and around and around and around until we find center, over, boom, down, pelvic floor, we're very nearly there, we're just swapping the hands around, so the right comes across, that brings us down, here we place the right hand. The right knee is going to follow, boom. Left knee is going to follow, boom. This time, the tracing from earlier, we're now going to trace with the left hand, and I'm going to take it to the diagonal here so you can see, but if you end up in different directions, that's fine. So I'm just going to shift it over here, boom. That comes around. I use my pushing into the ball of my foot, and I use my right hand to soften into the elbow here, boom, and I come through. A little back bend here. This becomes the preparation for a little turn. Whoop, and up. Okay, so that little moment, we've gone, whoop, we come down, whoop, we come around, whoop. I trace, back bend, whoop, soften through, plie, whoop, turn. Okay? That little bit one more time, I'll do it facing this way so you can see the pathways of the hands. So we've ended up here. The tracing of the left hand comes around here. I push into the ball of my foot and I soften into that right elbow. Boom. And that brings me around. Boom, boom, boom. I come up, I plie, dropping the pelvis, and I come around for that little turn. Ready for the final moment? So we've ended up here. We're just going to drop the right foot. We're going to find the fingertips on the toes, / maybe our backs are feeling a bit tender, so we find it on the ankle. Boom. We're going to trace up the body. I'm plieing here to begin with. I lengthen that leg. And then going to soften back into the back bend. Once I reach my back bend, I plie, and then I catch myself. And then, like every piece, we do a dramatic run off. Okay? So that final moment, we're here. I'll do it over here. We're here. We drop down. Boom. We trace up. Straight leg, plie. Boom. Catch. Boom, 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 boom. Run. Okay, that bit there, you think is all about this leg, but really I'm thinking about this leg. I'm thinking about the relationship between my toe and my head, that counterbalance, and then I'm letting my pelvis drop, boom, and then it's my pelvic floor that catches me, so that I can run. And then that's the little phrase for today. As I said, there are no counts, so really take your time to find all the bits where you need to plant yourself, where you're going to take risk, and where you're going to need to engage the pelvic floor, okay? We'll do it with some music now, but as I said, feel free to find that playlist that you like, pop on some random songs, and just really get into the body, okay?